Today's market might just be the worst time to be shopping for a used car, and I'm going to tell you why. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. The car market has changed a lot since the start of the pandemic, and despite what a lot of consumers might think, now is not actually a great time to be shopping for a car and getting a great deal. That's especially true for used cars, where today's market might just be the absolute worst time to be buying a used car. So why exactly is now a bad time to be shopping for a used car? And what should you do if you're in the market to buy a car now or in the near future? Well, make sure to stick around to the end of the video because that's what we're going to find out. One of the main reasons why now is such a bad time to be shopping for a used car is because used car prices have gone up dramatically throughout 2021. The prices of many used cars have gone up anywhere from 10 to 40% depending on the type of used car that you're looking at. That means that a car that cost around $20,000 back in 2020 can now be priced anywhere from $23,000 to $25,000 for the exact same car in today's market. So why exactly have used car prices gone up so much throughout this year? Well, it basically comes down to supply and demand. There's been a huge surge of consumers who are looking to purchase a car this year. At the same time, there's a huge shortage of cars to buy, both on the used car market and on the new car market. In the earlier days of the pandemic, when buying activity pretty much disappeared, car manufacturers began to slow down manufacturing, and now that everything is getting back up to normal, there is an enormous part supply, especially when it comes to computer microchips, and that's causing major restrictions on new car manufacturing. So the supply of new cars is very low in today's market. At the same time, when buying activity decreased earlier on in the pandemic, there were fewer cars being traded into dealerships, and auction activity for used cars also decreased dramatically. So all of these things have combined to create a massive shortage of used cars in the market. The other major problem with buying a used car in today's market is that we've pretty much entered what could be considered a used car bubble, which means that these inflated prices that we're seeing in the market right now are not going to last for a long time. Although it doesn't seem to be the case at the moment, eventually the car inventory issue is going to be resolved and car supply is going to go back to normal levels. And when that happens, these incredibly inflated used car prices that we're seeing right now are going to drop dramatically. And I'm not talking about normal depreciation, I'm talking about additional price decreases in addition to depreciation. So a lot of consumers who are buying in today's market are going to be losing thousands of dollars down the road in addition to their regular depreciation. Another huge problem with this car bubble is that it's going to create an enormous amount of negative equity for a lot of used car buyers. Negative equity is when you owe more money on your car than what it is worth. So let's say you buy a car in today's overinflated market for around $20,000. Well, 1 year from now, when all the prices come back down to normal levels, that car might only be worth around $12,000. But you're still going to owe around $18,000 on your car loan, which means that you're going to have around $6,000 in negative equity that you're going to have to deal with if you decide to get rid of that car. Having negative equity on your car loan is a very serious financial situation to be in, because if you decide to trade in your car and purchase a new car, all of the debt that you owe from your original car loan is now going to get added on top of your brand new car loan, which is a very easy way to drown yourself in a huge amount of debt. So based on all of these factors, the current market is not a good time to be shopping for a used car. So what exactly should you do if you're in the market for a car right now? If you need to buy a car in today's market, then more than likely it's going to make a lot more sense just to buy a brand new car instead of a used car, and here's why. Unlike the overinflated used car market, new cars have not changed in price. So the price of a brand new Honda CR-V today is pretty much the exact same price as it was 1 year ago. This means that if you buy a brand new car right now, it's only going to be experiencing normal price depreciation, and it's not going to be affected by the price bubble like used cars are. Now, it is true that there is a huge new car shortage, and many new cars don't have as many manufacturer incentives and dealer discounts as they did in the past. Depending on where you're located though, you should still be able to find some really good deals on new cars as long as you're willing to be flexible on the car and potentially wait a while for your car to arrive. You might have to potentially place an order for your car with the dealership and wait a few months for your car to arrive, but if it means that you're going to avoid expensive dealer markups and get a better deal, then it's going to be worth it. The reason why this makes a lot of sense is because even in today's market with a huge new car shortage, you can still find some really good deals on certain new cars, and the price difference between a brand new car and a lightly used car might not be that significant. Many new cars also have incentivized interest rates for financing and leasing, which means that it's often possible to find an interest rate as low as 0%. That's a huge difference when compared to most used cars, which typically have an interest rate on financing anywhere from 5 to 6% or even higher. Let me give you an example of why this is such a big deal. At the time of this video recording, Honda was offering 0.99% financing on brand new Honda CR-Vs. In addition to that, they're also offering a $1,000 rebate plus additional dealer discounts anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. That means that on a 4-year loan, the total cost of borrowing for the car with interest would be around $38,800 plus tax. Now let's compare this to a similar used CR-V. I found a 2019 Honda CR-V EXL with 20,000 miles for a price of $32,000 plus tax. Now it sounds like you're going to be saving over $6,000 on the price of this car, but remember, this car does not qualify for the same 0.99% financing. Let's say that you're able to get an interest rate of 4.99%, which is a pretty good rate for a used car. At that interest rate, you're going to be spending around $3,500 in interest on a 4-year loan, which means that the total cost of borrowing on this car is around $35,500 plus tax. Remember, in the example of the brand new CR-V that I gave, the total cost of borrowing was around $38,800, which means that the price difference between the brand new one and the used one is around $3,300. In this example, because you're only saving a few $1,000s on the price of the used car, it obviously makes a lot more sense just to spend a little bit more to get the brand new car, which also comes with a full warranty, and you're not going to have to worry about expensive repairs or maintenance for a long time. Although it doesn't make a lot of sense to be shopping for a lot of used cars right now, this is a very hot seller's market. So if you're in the market to sell your existing car, now is definitely a very good time. Selling your car right now means that you're going to be getting top dollar because a lot of dealerships are desperate for inventory. So chances are you're going to get a lot more money for your car than you might expect. One of the ways, of course, is to check all of the used car classified websites to see what similar cars are selling for and try selling your car privately for a similar price. A potentially better and much easier way, though, is to use some of the popular online selling tools that are available on websites such as Carvana, CarMax, Room, and Kelly's Blue Book Cash Offer. Or in Canada, you can use websites like AutoTrader and Clutch. All of these websites have cash offer tools that allow you to enter all of the information about your car and then get a real cash offer from a nearby dealership. I would recommend using all of these different tools so that you can get multiple offers from different dealerships, and then you can pick whichever one offers you the best price. If you decide to sell your car though and buy another used car, remember, it might make more sense just to wait a while until the current car shortage sorts itself out and all of the overinflated prices come back down to normal levels. So let me know what you thought of the information in this video. If you found it useful, or if you have any suggestions for any future car videos, just leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also check out some of my other car videos by taking a look at these links over here. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you need any additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, you can check out carhelpcanada.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.